Hello and welcome to the vlog today. Okay, so I'm continuing from my G8. Okay, there we go. I'm continuing from the G8. Yeah, seems I've got a problem with this thing now. Okay, so was trying to start working on the transmission. Well, actually no, I was trying to work on the suspension, and it's dead. Car's dead and won't shift into gear. I can't move it. So this is quite annoying. Yeah, so I've been trying to start it. I'm not sure if it blew a fuse or something. So it's something I'll have to look into. Yeah, so I haven't really had time to work on these cars. Yeah, so let me take a look and see. Oh my goodness, this thing is falling apart. Yeah, so I'm gonna change the wheels to these ones. Yeah, hold on a second. So I did check the fuses, and it looks like there's nothing wrong with the fuse or the relays, right? Nothing wrong with the fuse and the relay. So now I gotta figure out. I'm definitely sure it's the starter, because it started and it started running. I think that's what confused me now. The fuses are okay. Now something else to kind of work on. Yeah, something else to work on now. Yeah, I checked the fuses. I checked what's going on, but no response. Yeah, it just feels like I wish. Yeah, yeah, I'll give it another go, but yeah, it's quite disappointing. Every time I start on something else happens. But such is life. The G8 will have to be. I have to get a proper tool and investigate further. But otherwise, I'm gonna have to put it on hold. As I said, what I want to be working on is this, but I don't know if it's gonna be ready for summer in a few months, unless it's a rat rod where it's running good but all tatty and stuff. So I'll have to look into that. Trans Am, I really like this thing. However, the interior needs a lot of work. I have to take out the whole interior. I have to find a new interior and new floors. I have to order some floors. And yes, I'm sure there's a couple of companies out there. Find new trim, and that's the stuff I see. And definitely not a small job. And when I did start it, it would not engage. So I don't know if it's the selector that's broken that I have to look into. So all that stuff I have to try and figure out. But otherwise, it's not a bad car. Rust on the T-tops. And yeah. What I'll probably have to do is separate my channels with the vehicles I'm building. Yeah, so the G8, I started it, kept it running for a bit, switched it off, and would not start. And it's not the battery. because I charged up the battery, and I'm not sure. I don't know much about the G8s, but the starter motor, because it did start and I did run it, and then yeah, when I switched it on again, the car did not want to start. So that has got me baffled, because I was actually hoping this is the next project to work on, so it would be ready by summer. But because this is not really a big job, right? Well, so I thought. So suspension, and then you're looking at the fender, and odds and ends. This should cost at least, maybe worst case scenario, about 1,500 to fix. So yeah, but I know the paint is flaking, so that's something else. But just to get it running on the road, at least a budget of 1,500. That's what I thought. So now, if some other issues are popping up, that can drastically be altered. Yeah, but yeah, the G8 was the next car I was working on, because it doesn't need motor work. Of course, now I have to get it. Yeah, I'll have to see, because now I'll probably have to spend a little more money than I anticipated. And yeah, because it's probably also got a good go through structure. So that could cost a pretty penny. At least about $600 for that. So yeah, so I'm looking at least if I can get it going under 2K, that would be groovy. But you never know now. Everything is so expensive, and if I have to get it booked for a certified body shop, so they can do that. So we'll have to see about that, though. Yeah. Yeah. So things keep accumulating. Life accumulates, as they say, to a point where I might have to make really, really big decisions, and rethink and re-strategize this thing. Yeah. And unless I get a windfall of finance, otherwise it's trying to finish one car, move on to the next, that sort of thing. And I'm pushing to get this car done and that car done, and yeah, it's getting to be a little bit challenging, since everything needs a lot of finance, and so I am pushing to get this car done and that car done, and yeah, I guess the biggest challenge is time and finance, right? The budgets for these are significantly higher, and it gets to a point where you wonder if it's worth fixing, because what's happening is, as I'm attempting to try sell cars in this market, you realize that the offers are less than half what you paid for, with certain cars, right? So not that because the cars don't have value, but because people know these are very tough financial times, so they're just throwing lowball offers to see if you'll bite, and it's kind of very insulting and annoying, but that's what's going on in this market. So yeah, I'll update you on the G8. Yeah, just trying to put a good budget together to get this thing going, because this is at least about 2,000 to get it going, and when the budget is there, getting a reliable shop squeeze me in and get this fixed, and put it through structural, what we will need for certification, and yeah, so That's the challenge I have. So yeah, we'll keep you updated on what's going on. Yeah, so the G8 will have to wait until it's late. But yeah, I guess